Good afternoon, welcome to NMS. So, how do we get strong? And when I say strong, I mean physically strong, something that can be used to go and play different sports, something that can be used in manual labor, something that can be used in everyday life. How do we actually develop that strength? Well, excuse me, a lot of studies have shown this. Functional training doesn't necessarily build the strength, but strength training itself, using big compound movements in different directions, body weight movements in different directions, can actually help you to get physically stronger. And that strength can then be used in a number of different endeavors. You can use that in sport, any sport, rugby league, MMA, kickboxing, boxing, tennis, badminton, you name the sport, you can go and use that strength. Swimming, okay? That strength really has to come from something that you need to control in three-dimensional space, and it is generally free weights. So barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, doing it, with bench press patterns, with overhead press patterns, with rowing patterns, with pull-ups with your elbows neutral, lateral raises wide, upright rows, rear delt work, okay, lunges laterally, stiff leg deadlifts as well as deadlifts, calf raises, something people don't even think about, having stronger calves, because your calves are involved in a lot of movements that you probably didn't even realize they were actually helping you, okay, especially a squat, especially a lunge. So having that strength in different movements is quite important when it comes to actually developing overall strength that you can use everywhere. And when I used to go and do strength training with people, tennis players, football players, boxers, kickboxers, mixed martial arts fighters, I would always want to develop different strength patterns, okay, different movement patterns. Everything from, if it was an MMA fighter, I wanted them to be able to do, deadlifts, but also do explosive deadlifts. I also wanted them to be able to go and, lift kettlebells. I wanted them to be able to lift dumbbells. I wanted them to be able to do different movements. The same with tennis players when I worked with tennis players. Tennis players are stronger than you actually think, okay? Yes, they're running around on the court, but they're explosively hitting a tennis ball and explosively moving in different directions. That sort of strength comes from you being strong for your body weight and strong for your physical size as well, okay? And it's learning to use your levers as well. So that's being strong out here as well as in here. So you don't just do little movements, you do big movements and you make yourself strong in large movement patterns, okay? That's what builds physical strength. And really that same sort of programming comes into bodybuilding as well. Because if you're just training in 2 dimensions with bodybuilding, you're going to have a 2-dimensional physique. But you want to have a physique that looks big in all directions, you move in all directions, you mix up free weights with compound movements. I hope that sort of gave you an insight as to what strength training really is, because I do believe that people think that strength training is just being strong on some movements. You've got to be strong everywhere, okay? And how do you build core strength with that? Well, by doing all those different movement patterns, your core has to get stronger with that as well. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, follow me. I like to give a lot of useful videos. As you can see, my videos have been multiplying in the last few days because I feel like if I talk about these things in videos, people get more of an understanding. Hopefully they're not too long for you. If they are, well, maybe watch part of it now and part of it later. Thanks for listening, and hopefully you got something from this one.